Well, welcome viewers to the post-pandemic vaccine therapy journey, episode 4, when children absorb the fear before they could understand it. In the previous episode, I examined how fear spread socially through conformity, pressure, silence, and ordinary people enforcing behavioural compliance against one another. But beneath the adult conflict, another layer formed quietly. Children were watching all of it. Children often absorb danger before they understand language for it. They study faces, tones, reactions, tension, distance, urgency. Fear inside adults enters children long before explanation does. And during the pandemic years, many children lived inside atmospheres saturated with uncertainty, anxiety, contradiction, behavioural restriction, and emotional instability. And at first, many believed children would simply adapt temporarily. Stay home, miss school, avoid contact, keep distance, wear the mask, follow instructions, but prolonged instability changes childhood psychologically. Routine disappeared, play disappeared, physical closeness changed, facial visibility changed, social development changed, and normal schooling fractured. And many children absorbed a constant invisible message beneath the public instructions. Other people may be dangerous. That matters developmentally, because children regulate emotional safety partly through rational normality. Smiles, touch, predictable interaction, shared activity, calm adult behaviour. But during prolonged emergency culture, many adults themselves no longer felt psychologically regulated. Parents carried fear, teachers carried fear, medical workers carried fear, governments carried urgency, news cycles carried catastrophic news continually, and children absorbed the emotional atmosphere beneath all of it. Some became anxious, some became withdrawn, some became emotionally dependent, some became behaviourally dysregulated. Excuse me. Some developed obsessive hygiene behaviours, separation anxiety, panic responses, social discomfort, speech regression, emotional viability, or volatility, sleep disruption, compulsive screen attachment, or fear responses disproportionate to ordinary childhood stress. Others became emotionally flattened, quiet, detached, exhausted, and for many children, the emotional contradiction became psychologically confusing. "We are protecting you," the adult said, but the child experienced isolation, fear, restriction, instability, loss of ordinary joy, confused parental tension, interrupted schooling, social fragmentation, medical pressure conversations, adult conflict, behavioural monitoring. And that contradiction can destabilise trust internally, especially when children are too young to process complexity rationally. Some children watch parents argue over medical decisions. Some watched relatives excluded from gatherings. Some watched adults panic constantly around sickness. Some learned that disagreement caused emotional danger inside the home. Others learned to suppress questions because adults themselves no longer appeared emotionally stable enough to answer honestly. And many children absorbed another invisible lesson. The world can change suddenly. Authorities can become frightening suddenly. Normal life can disappear suddenly. Human closeness can become conditional suddenly. And that uncertainty enters the nervous system deeply during developmental years. Especially when reinforced continuously over long durations. Not every child experienced the pandemic identically. Some remained resilient. Some recovered quickly. Some families protected emotional stability remarkably well. But many children still carry behavioural residue from those years without fully understanding why. Increased anxiety, reduced confidence, difficulty socialising, fear sensitivity, emotional deregulation, distrust, dependence on screens, attachment instability, exhaustion, behavioural volatility. And sometimes parents carry hidden guilt too. Not because they intentionally harmed their children, but because many were themselves psychologically overwhelmed while trying to navigate fear, pressure, employment risk, medical uncertainty, social division, and institutional demands simultaneously. Therapy begins honestly when children are no longer treated merely as passive observers of the pandemic era. They lived inside the atmosphere itself. They absorbed adult nervous system distress directly, and many are still carrying emotional patterns formed during years where fear, restriction, uncertainty, behavioural compliance and social instability became normalised parts of ordinary development. If a child still reacts strongly to uncertain separation, instability, sickness, conflict or social tension, that reaction may not be random immaturity. It may be a nervous system shaped during prolonged developmental exposure to fear-conditioned environments. Because the pandemic did not only affect adult psychology, it entered childhood formation itself. And I would ask you to listen very carefully to my closing statement. Many children did not fully understand the pandemic intellectually. While their nervous systems were still being shaped by fear, instability, separation, and emotionally dysregulated adult environments. I'm Dr. JWAU, theologist since 1994. Like and subscribe to encourage me to do more. Comment to educate me, and share the video to help somebody else. I'll see you in the next episode, when medical trust became entangled with pressure.